Hundreds of workers at the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, are cleaning out their desks. The department was abruptly closed down today. Employees were assigned 15-minute windows throughout the day in order to collect their belongings. Let's bring in CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro for more on this. Aaron, we've been talking about cuts at USAID since I feel like inauguration almost. Bring us up to speed on what has happened to the organization and its workers and what's next.
Lindsay, good to be with you. Some of the most drastic cuts actually came recently. CBS News has learned that the State Department says they cut 9,100 foreign assistance grants across USAID and the State Department for a total of $58.4 billion. And this means that there are now only 8% of USAID grants left. This comes days after all direct hire personnel at USAID were put on administrative leave. On Monday, thousands of workers, along with 1,600 others who were terminated outright. And you brought up some of the images of the staffers coming in during their assigned windows to pick up the personal items in what used to be the headquarters of USAID in downtown Washington, D.C. What I'm going to be watching out for now, and what they have telegraphed is up next for them, is how USAID personnel globally, outside the U.S., and their families are brought back to America safely.
Obviously, some of this has been tied up in the courts as well, Aaron. We know the Supreme Court granted the Trump administration's emergency request to actually pause an order requiring the administration to pay $2 billion in foreign aid by midnight. What is the significance of that, and do we know what's next there?
Yeah, this Supreme Court decision from Chief Justice Roberts pauses that deadline, gives the Supreme Court more time to do a full review of this case. It's significant because the Trump administration had been keeping these foreign aid payments frozen despite that lower court order you mentioned weeks ago to have a February 13 deadline for up to $2 billion worth of these foreign assistance to be released. The Trump administration seemed to reject that, and seemed to be leaning on the Supreme Court to give them more time. Roberts has given the plaintiffs, contractors, and those with grants from USAID until noon on Friday to respond.
We mentioned those tariffs. President Trump moving forward with tariffs on Canada and Mexico starting next week, as well as an additional 10% tariff on China. What can we expect there? And is there any indication that the presidents of Mexico or Canada could call up the president again, perhaps make some more promises or concessions to stave off those tariffs?
Yeah, it's good you brought that up, because the fact is these tariffs were actually postponed. They were supposed to happen earlier this year, but because both countries made changes to their immigration and border policy, Trump and the administration put a 30-day pause. He has said in the Oval Office right now with the Prime Minister that he believes neither of these countries are doing enough to stop the flow of fentanyl into the United States. Thus, he's continuing and, I guess, resuming these tariffs he originally had. He also noted that additional tariff on China, bringing that to 20%. He continues to blame China for the level of fentanyl in the first place.
Okay, Aaron Navarro, thank you.